They've done it again. I can't quite believe I'm saying this, but the BLS has cancelled even more key economic data out of the US. This time, it's not relating to the labour market, it is relating directly to inflation. But the result of that hasn't been quite as bad as it could have been potentially. So, first of all, take a look at Bitcoin. We're currently up about 7.19% from the lows that we put in on Friday, currently trading at a price of $86,386. If we take a look at liquidations, you can see that we have indeed liquidated some shorts over the last 24 hours, about $100 million worth. Nothing massive, nothing to write home about, but it is nice to see some green candles on the chart finally. Of course, because we've seen those green candles once again, we've also got an increased long side liquidation risk on the 1 day time frame, because people just can't help themselves. People love jumping in with leverage on green candles. Brings in the possibility that that just gets completely deleted and wiped out the next time we move down even just a little bit. But on the plus side, on the 30-day time horizon, we do still have about $6.3 billion worth of short liquidation risk, which dwarfs the $2.35 billion worth of long liquidation risk. But what happens with the BLS? Because once again, we have got key economic data that has been cancelled for October. This time, it's not relating to the labour market, is relating directly to inflation. So CPI for October has in fact been cancelled. And once again, the excuse or reason for this that's been given is the government shutdown, the lack of resources to collect that data in the way that they wanted to collect it. Most importantly, this presents two pretty serious problems. The first thing is, if you are in any way at all suspicious about whether or not this data exists or why it's not being released, and the best reason for not releasing data like this is because it's just so bad, someone is out there is deeming that the economy can't bear to see it, basically. The second thing is, even if these reasons are honest, once you have a missing data point in data that's supposed to be released regularly, it increases the chances of a shock at the next data point. If you're missing that October data point and the November data point is even worse, it doubles the effect of shock of that November data. But perhaps in balance with this, we do have a saving grace. So chances of another 25 basis point rate cut at the December meeting are doubled, essentially, from what we were looking at last time. Currently up at 71%, and it's all because of the comments of the New York Fed President Williams about basically him seeing room for further rate cuts at that December meeting. New York Fed President John Williams said Friday he expects the central bank can lower its key interest rates from here as the labor market weakness poses a bigger threat than higher inflation. Convenient, right? Labor market weakness poses a bigger threat than higher inflation. Well, we're not going to see data from October about that higher inflation. Following his comments, stock market futures rose further into positive territory while treasury yields were sharply lower and markets priced in a higher probability for a December rate cut. Markets are eating this up. Obviously, Bitcoin's up. The S&P is up as well. So we're currently up 1.76% from the lows again, put in on Friday. Although they are supposed to make decisions about the rate cut on economic data, right, like CPI, like labor market data, they can basically do whatever they want. And they do sort of have an emerging issue, which is the US stock market. The Fed has got to step in and do something about the stock market, keep it afloat essentially, to prevent further reaching issues for the whole economy. It basically all comes from this AI bubble, which is pretty scary stuff long term. But as I just said, the markets are clearly eating up what they've been given here, which is that increased chance of a rate cut. And we are coming into, at the end of this week, the Fed's blackout window, which is basically the 2 weeks before FOMC. We're not going to be given any more public information from Fed members like we've just had here from Williams. Has massively flipped the chances of that rate cut, and the market likes it. Obviously totally intentional. I think it's likely we see more of that this week, but beyond that we won't anymore. So bear that in mind going ahead. But as always, just my opinion, just what I'm looking at. Nothing I say should be considered financial advice, purely for entertainment purposes. Thanks so much for watching. Plenty more to come. Bye.